You're not wrong, Goblin. You are not wrong at all. So we'll get into a funny story about that in just a minute. Just want to verify that the game audio is working correctly. Oh no, it's not going to be funny at all, least of all for me. But you might enjoy it because it means more suffering. Okay, so... Oh no, I wasn't using a Switch. I was using a Retron 5 and an original game cartridge. But no, the problem was the battery was dead in my original game cartridge, and it didn't get enough of a charge from our play session for the save to persist for a week. Yeah. So rather than making you all watch me start over, I'm going to, use save states and recover that progress and possibly become slightly more talented for the extra practice as well. You may place bets on whether it's going to take me 12 12 game overs to get back to where we were or not. But since we're doing Orion Trail, which I don't need any extra equipment to run, as a last-minute substitute, I mean, if you check the Discord, you can see me discover this to my horror in real time as I prepared for the stream. But, gives me an opportunity to move out of the office. So, yep. Whole different room here. And yep, Snowy seems to like it better, but I don't have the movable webcam to point at him. So we'll get started on our next Orion Trail adventure, where it has the possibility to get... well, yes, we have the possibility for Dio to get the entire team killed. But we also have the possibility of it being kind to me in light of me having to, redo last week. Or maybe it will cause all the suffering you want it to and more. We'll find out. Pardon me one moment. Nope, that's okay. Alrighty. But here we are for some more Orion Trail. Oh no, you'll see Z2 get completed. We'll be back on track for next week. And maybe things will go a little smoother with the extra playtime under my belt. But yeah, so that's the story. And didn't want to do a repeat of last week. Had to bring something together as a substitute quickly, so this was the obvious option. It was just plain ready to go. Thank you, Whammy. Oh, command sounds aren't working? I heard them. Perhaps there is a sound issue with that. Let me go double check what my default sounds are here. Nope, Sound IO is correct. I know, I'm just as shocked as you are. Yep, everything but the microphone is set to output. Well, no, blah. Spoke that one wrong. Let's try and get another sound in here, huh? Alright, so I'm hearing it, but very faintly. What if I turned down the game? Turned up the capture here.
Whoever said three's a crowd?
Okay, so there's the game sound, and here is...
From downtown!
Yeah, they are coming through the same channel. The game's just drowning it out. Alright, we're getting better. Alright, I think we got this one going. Okay, well, without further ado, let's get going. We've got only 2 missions left here, including tonight's episode of the Gates of Mcfadden. Named for the famed human explorer who first discovered this sector, this tangled web of space lanes has proven to be quite difficult to traverse. Okay. Let's look at our captains. The same rules apply here. Alright, we've got somebody with a 3, so Anna Beralici. Don't be fooled by her rosy demeanor. Captain Beralici is a ferocious force who never accepts defeat. A skilled engineer, she's been known to push her tech team aside to fix the ship herself. Okay. I am, of course, the captain. But you can be the crew. So, who wants dibs on first officer? And first officer is going to be either Jack or Brick. Brick Stonewood. Blast Hard Cheese. Big McLarge Huge. Slab Man Meat. Please tell me I'm not the only person who has ever watched Mystery Science Theater. Dear God. Alright. Well, sorry to disappoint, but it just wasn't worth redoing it live. Make sure to come on back next week, though. Okay, this nonchalant officer only takes spacefaring seriously when he has to. Mr. Stonewood has an arrangement with Galaxy Force wherein he runs missions for them at twice the normal rate. Pretty sweet. Alright, Dio gets to be Blast Hard Cheese there. Alright, let's look at who we got for engineers. Ooh, Colonel Bananas has a 3 in tactics. Alright, anybody else wandering in chat wants to be the chief engineer? The ridiculous result of a brain-enhancing test serum, Colonel Bananas has since enlisted in the Galaxy Force to put his intellect to good use. His plans are unconventional, but nearly always succeed. Yeah, is anybody hiding in here? No, it looks like it's just you for now, Dio. So we'll just run with it. Okay. Ooh, we've got a 3 in science for the fixer for the communications officer. Galaxy Force's foremost technology officer is a simple country engineer. If it's broke, he'll fix it. If it's working, he'll make it better. If it's perfect, he might just break it to be sure. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Crew, food, fuel, and hull. Alright. We'll double down on those. We get some more red shirts for Dio to kill. And off we go. Let's see. Food, fuel, also food. Pretty low threat to start out with. Okay, oh no, that's interesting. If we take the upper path, we'll go to a planet. If we take the lower path, there's a distress beacon. And either way, we can go to the first refueling station there. So should we inch our way toward the planet or the SOS? Okay. So that means... Actually, we can get there through all 3 paths, I suppose. Well, let's keep our options open. Mysterious illness. While investigating a nebula, a number of the crew become ill. Their skin turns green, and they soon start sprouting tentacles from everywhere. The ship doctor recommends quarantining them. Okay, our best bet is to science the hell out of this. We're going to research a cure. Where others see danger, you see a research grant in the making. Put your top scientists on it at once. Okay, so far so good. And we got food. My scientists administer a serum that sort of works. For most of the crew, the tentacles fall off. Your chef swears he knows a killer stir-fry recipe and absconds with the tentacles. You aren't very hungry. I would say not. Okay, we powered up our food. So now let's power up our fuel. Ooh, we've been boarded. Oh, great. It's the inebriated galactic mooch, the Kapalka. Hey, Captain, let's get this party starting. I'm super hungry. What's for dinner? Oh, wait. Let's go to the Kelper Burger and... Alright, our best option here is to lure him into the fuel vats. He does look like he's made out of some kind of fluid that will burn, right? Coin flip here. Don't like this. It did not work. Sure thing, Cap. Oh, hey, I want to tell you something. I shut the elevator doors and watch him from a security monitor. Oh, gross. He's skinny dipping in the fuel stores. It's time I cut my losses and dump the tank he's bobbing in. We're gonna need to pick up some gas at some point. Yikes. Alright, so to stay on track for the SOS, we can pick either. Do we got gas? Well, we're good on food, so let's... maybe the Pink Nebula will get us some fuel. Arbitrary arbitration. We are hailed by the nearby planet Percurium, which customarily flags down travelers to have them weigh in on legal matters. I agree and find out that the task is to settle a dispute over a property line between two of the planet's inhabitants. Okay. Well, our best option is to study up and do it right. You have no idea how the legal system works on Percurium, so you ask for some time to study up and prepare. The Percurians grant you the request. Oh, here comes another coin flip. Alright, this one's in our favor. It was a little touch and go, but after hearing both sides, you're able to come to a decision by citing the various precedents in property law you learned the night before. The Percurians thank you for your judgment and for taking the matter seriously. We got a... We're no longer at zero diplomacy, that helps. Okay. Asteroid Belt has a thing, Pink Nebula has a thing. Who's got the fuel? That's food. Nah. Alright. Let's double question mark in hopes we can get some gas here. Fireflies in the garden. Suddenly, the ship finds itself in a golden haze. What initially appears to be a solar flare is actually a swarm of millions of fireflies. This is remarkable because whoever heard of a firefly in space? Your crew discusses what to do. Alright, we are going to capture some to study. Come on, science, don't let me down. That was too close. Fireflies are fascinating creatures. They're also delicious, but eating them causes embarrassing fluorescent farts. Silent, but visible. A few of your scientists call in sick for a couple of days. We lost crew anyway, despite succeeding. Still doing great on food. I mean, I'm sure we'll need the food eventually, but the fuel is very worrying. Ooh. So, we're gonna go parasailing with the Parkori. Suddenly, the ship slows. You have some parasailers attached to the ship's back bumpers, screaming with happy abandon. They are a thrill-seeking race of extreme space sports enthusiasts known as the Parkori. Alright, so I'm gonna risk more crew on the chance that we can get some fuel out of this with a parkour duel. Simple enough. If Galaxy Force wins, the Picori have to leave the Indestructible 2 alone. If the Picori win, you get to make them an extreme trophy. Extreme! Come on. Good, good, good. Alright, what do we get? We lost more crew and got more food. Yeah, I decided to turn the contest into a major event, streaming on GalaxyNet. Of course, I lose heinously, and some people die and all that, but with the sponsor dollars, you're able to buy the trophy and a lot more NutriPaste. Yeah, we're definitely doing that when we get to the space station there. Alright, so we're down 6 crew before we've even gotten to the first mission. You feeling good about this? What? While eating in the mess hall, one of your officers broke into a fit of laughing and NutriPaste came out of their nose. They're not going to be able to live that one down. Well, there goes our point in bravado. The Wild Space Kingdom. Galaxy Force has received a distress call from a crew filming a nature documentary of the third planet of the Akari system. They're trapped, and you're the closest ship. Well, now you've got an opportunity to get them all killed. Okay. Well, we do like to send Dio on our away teams. But after losing that point of bravado, you're now the weakest candidate for the away team. Well, we'll do it anyway. Under the assumption that if we send a named character, they won't die. Ah, that's what you get, Dio. Okay. The away team approaches the source of the distress call and find an empty shuttle completely overwhelmed with warp weasels. They're eating the padding on the chairs, chewing exposed wiring, and building nests everywhere. But where's the film crew? Alright, it's time to shake the weasels. Those warp weasels are destroying human property. And who knows what they've done to that poor film crew. Make them pay. Oh, they're dropping like flies, Dio. Dio goes in, phaser drawn, but sees all the cute little warp weasels and can't seem to kill them. The warp weasels descend on Wartel Hoft in one of the most graphic and disgusting ways possible. Not only do we lose a red shirt, but of Dio's 2 remaining stat points, you're down to 1. Crud bone meal. This away team's not gonna go well, is it? Not at all. The film crew, it turns out, is filming a short distance away. As the team approaches, the director motions to be quiet. They're filming a giant Akiri wildebeest, rooting for its food. It's stunning. Until Dio sneezes. Alright, I guess we have to kill the wildebeest, since it's the only thing we have a point in. Nope. The film crew is outraged. The Akiri wildebeest is endangered. They throw themselves between your away team and the wildebeest, which runs away. A couple of the crew are impaled with boom mics and tripods. Yep, so Roll Fizzlebeef has died. Oh. The crew asks your protection as they finish filming the episode. There are several cool locations that they could film next. Which one is your away team most prepared to handle? The cave or the plains? Well, Dio, where are you taking the away team? Going to the ice cave, huh? The film crew is feeling bold now that they have the protection of a Galaxy Force squad. They suggest filming in a cave a little ways north. You see no reason why not. Your away team is armed and dangerous. The away team of the film crew tentatively explore the cave. Harlan Merkins, the host, hopes they'll get actual footage of the Akari bats. No sooner does he say that than a whole flock of the spindle-legged, seven-eyed brutes swoop down. Oh, we've got no points for this one. We can run ahead into the bat storm, we can duck, or you can try to capture bats to study. Okay. With that bravado point you don't have anymore, you're gonna run right ahead. With a mighty yell, Dio leads the awaiting boldly right into the oncoming swarm of bats. That's a slight improvement. What a rush! Not only did this prove to be perfectly safe, but Tribolt the Persistent leaves the Galaxy Force to start the Akiri Extreme Tours tour company so that tourists from all over the sector can have this experience too. Yet somehow you lost 2 crew instead of 1. I guess you would have lost 3 if you failed, or 4 if you hit the skull. The away team collects itself from that harrowing experience, only to come upon a rival film crew also filming a nature documentary. It's the Splat Brothers, those loud edutainment guys in their khaki shorts. Uh-oh. So, well, we got some free options here. Cooperate, mock the other crew, or invoke maritime law. Cooperate. Oh good. Hopefully we don't lose Punch 'em Gladly this time. You tell oh, look at all those skulls. You tell Dio to negotiate cooperation between the 2 film crews. Just think of the amazing episode that'll make. Wild Space Kingdom with special guests, the Splat Brothers. Yep, should have seen that one coming. Suddenly, a network lawyer beams down out of nowhere, explaining the various contractual obligations this would violate, and insists that negotiations must begin immediately. During negotiation, everyone is attacked by ravenous shark rats. Dio lost a hit point, and we lost... Oh, we lost Kapika Fiet. Down to 2 red shirts and 2 HP, Dio. Your away team and the Wild Space Kingdom crew see a flock of stately Akiri blorts? These are large, ostrich-like birds with 2 heads, which were only rumored to actually exist. Okay, another free choice here. We can stalk the birds, we can walk among them, or we can try to communicate. Alright, no talk with the animals, but we'll walk with the animals. So what do you think we're gonna get this time? Sound about right? You order Dio to walk among the majestic birds. After all, that will make for some pretty epic film footage. That is, until you consider footage of several away team members being chased off a cliff by a giant 2-headed space ostrich's pretty epic film footage. The film crew swears that it's good TV. You're down to 1 red shirt and 1 hit point, Dio. And 1 stat, for that matter, which you're gonna use. The crew of the Wild Space Kingdom has only 1 more species to film on Akiri 3 before they come aboard the Indestructible 2. I just want to say that such a low-key, wonderful name, Indestructible 2, is. You're now standing before the amazing and dangerous grove of giant carnivorous Venus flytrap plants, which are on Akiri for some reason instead of Venus. I ordered the crew to cut those plants down with their phasers. Ah, how lovely. The plants, it turns out, are indestructible too. Some of your crew get eated. There goes the entire away team, Dio. It's just you now. Now that the mission is over, there's all this footage from your adventures on Akiri 3. Some of it could be pretty embarrassing to Galaxy Force. What do I order Dio to do with it? Alright, Dio, do you want to commandeer the footage, or do you want to destroy it? You never know when you might need embarrassing footage to blackmail someone with. Plus, you may recut it into a series of entertaining vines. Alright, Dio. You got an attribute point back. Your away team, or what's left of them, anyway, finally, but safely, returns to the Indestructible 2 with a crew of the Wild Space Kingdom. The Grateful Network offers you your choice of reward. Ooh, seeing them safe is we're picking fuel. You ask for fuel. The network obliges, filling your gas tank totally up. Parlon Merkins narrates the entire process. Ah, beautiful. We did finally get the fuel. Does that mean you want to skip the space station, or should we go for it? Skip it. Okay. Yeah, we'll get some more fuel. Add this one too if we don't screw it up. Incidentally, this is the Pepsi Blue that you've all heard so much about. You land the ship at a sleepy fuel depot for a routine fill-up when suddenly, all hell breaks loose.
Attention lowlifes. This depot has the privilege of being raided by the dazzling and dangerous Dazer Beams!
Oh crap, oh crap. What do we do? Well, as far as the Pepsi Blue goes, it's basically Pepsi trying to, it's got a berry flavor to it. You know, I am assuming a blueberry, but one should probably not assume. But, I mean, the thing that really strikes me at it is, well, two things. One, the taste does not resemble the original formula from like 20 years ago. But because it was 20 years ago, I can't quite put my finger on what exactly is different. But that being said, it basically tastes like Pepsi trying to make a Jones soda. And, you know, being in over their head. Which, you know, does not get a bad result. But could have been better. Alright, so let's deal with these Dazer Beams by opening fire on the Violent Vixen. Vopening Fire von Vis, Violent Vixen. Nobody raids the fuel depot I randomly decide to stop at. I rain hot plasma down on Dazer Beam's unsuspecting ship. Which might work. No! Why did you re-roll? Why did you re-roll? You could have just landed. There goes 2/3 of the fuel we just got. You have a good old-fashioned fuel depot shootout. How did that last one end? You don't remember exactly. Oh wait, that's right. This was a bad decision. Massive explosions rock the platform as you accidentally destroy everything. I guess we should have gone the other way after all. Oh good, more useless food. Ooh, alien allergens. We've dealt with this one before. A group of adorable furry aliens want to trade you food and fuel for your broken computer parts. What a deal. You invite them on board. Unfortunately, your crew's allergies kick in as soon as they step out of the airlock. Our best bet is to set phasers to shave. If only the aliens weren't so furry. Remembering an unfortunate incident on planet Uranus 3, you tell the aliens that your customs require all guests to be ritualistically shaved before negotiations begin. You order your security team in. And we'll see if this one's a close shave. Really? It's gonna be one of those games, isn't it, Dio? As soon as the security team opens fire, the aliens begin to shake adorably. Soon your team is lying on the ground, choking on snot and struggling to breathe. The aliens grab your team's weapons and blast their way out with ease. Ow. Oh. So, yeah, we're down to our last hull plate. We've got 10 crew. We skipped going to the space station. There's not another one for quite a ways. I don't think we're gonna make it this time, Dio. Ah, maybe. Alright, we can get some fuel in the Green Nebula. It's a higher threat level, but, you know, we gotta take the risk. Ooh, visiting the Mechaverse. After a flash of purple light, the ship is in another dimension. Mechanical bear, wolf, and raptor float before you. Whoa, it's the Mectars. According to legend, these guys defend the universe from untold terrors. Are you swarm, they ask. Let's not risk the hull. And let's go for a guaranteed fuel. Figuring that this is probably a code phrase to test your friendliness, you decided it's best to answer in the affirmative. Oh dear. Here in the Mechaverse, the swarm are the enemies. Shields up! Go, go, go. Oh, thank goodness. We needed that. The Mectars surround your ship with storm drones. Realizing that they attack with lightning, you neutralize them with an electromagnetic pulse. The Mecatars are impressed and let you keep the dead drones to repurpose as you see fit. Alright, so we got all of the fuel back. And Dio, you got one of your attack points back. Okay, so we need to find crew and hull. And soon. Alright, well, let's go for a low threat, since we don't need even more fuel. Oh man. Doggone. Oh yeah, we had this one before too. Scientist in the medical bay tests new intelligence serum on his dog. The dog now walks on 2 legs, talks, and has become the most intelligent being on the ship. Some people even think the dog would make a better captain. Ruh-roh. Ooh. We can share the discovery with the galaxy and gain some crew back. And science is our top option. Come on, crew. Give me crew. Dr. Arcadian Skigler, noted Velusian geneticist and winner of the acclaimed Wheaton Prize for Scientific Advancement, congratulates you on your discovery, proclaiming it the bravest experiment in years. The bump in crew applications is noticeable. Okay, well, we've got enough for an away team again. Let's see here. Speaking of which, we've got a mission if you so choose to accept it, Dio. Are we going for the signal? What could possibly go wrong, Dio? Forms and formalities. The Admiral hails you, asking for a quick favor. Can you retrieve the Jelliac Ambassador from Nurbis 4? Oh, hey, we had this one last time. That's too bad. But, you know, let's try and get some goodies. Nobody's got high diplomacy, so that's fine. Dio's down to 1 hit point, and that could be dangerous for the away team, so we're going to send Colonel Bananas on this one. And we'll see if Colonel Bananas is more reliable than Dio. I mean, it's probably a foregone conclusion here. Team is herded into a long customs line. When your team finally reaches the booth and shows their interstellar passports, a stern to ununiformed hippoclop blinks its eye at Colonel Bananas and booms, "Anything to declare?" Okay, so even chances on all of these. We could ask what's illegal, we could protest the treatment, or we could get distracted and study the hippoclop. I should have sent the scientist down. Colonel Bananas is overcome with fascination, having always wanted to meet a hippoclop up close. They ask the hippoclop all kinds of scientific questions about being a hippoclop, as the rest of the team hides their faces and fails. The hippoclop says, "We've produced an informative booklet about our species. Please fill out this form to receive one." Each team member fills out a form. Sadly, 2 crew die of unfortunately positioned paper cuts. After customs, the team meets the Jelliac Ambassador. It's awkward. Jelliacs are liquid beans. The Ambassador is in a jar of pink liquid with eyeballs floating in it. Creepy. Will you escort the jar to High Command, or is this just too weird? Offer to escort the Jelliac, or verify that this is indeed the Ambassador? You know, you get a vote too, Silver, if you want. Dio says to verify. Ambassador? Colonel Bananas begins. "Yes, yes," said a voice echoing through the minds of the away team. "I get awfully sick of this. Yes, I'm a liquid ambassador in a jar. Get over it." Awkward. And Colonel Bananas loses a point of diplomacy he never had to begin with. No harm, no foul, I guess. The team and the ambassador are ready to go. One problem. It's illegal to take more than 100 milliliters of liquid off the planet, says Nurbis 4's Terrorism Suspicion Agency. This throws a bit of a wrench into the mission. What will you do? We're going to sneak the Jelliac through. Alright, Colonel Bananas, this is what we brought you for. And he knows exactly what to do. Colonel Bananas sticks the jar into a crew member's uniform pants and continues through customs confidently, as though nothing is amiss. And something is amiss. The ruse works, but the ambassador is traumatized from being carried in someone's pants in a clear jar. 2 crew escort him to professional counseling. In therapy, the crew members realize latent issues that require months more treatment. At the shuttle, the team finds an armed guard of hippoclaps surrounding it. An audit of our customs paperwork finds that you failed to visit the space notary for the proper stamp. Your leave is denied. Proceed to customs immediately. Alright, well, we're going to demand an appeal. Colonel Bananas should know a thing or two about appealing. The highest ranking Hippoclops sighs and escorts the away team to the appeals line, which is even longer than the customs line. The away team prepares for their customs appeal. Colonel Bananas steps up the podium in front of an appeals committee of 3 angry hippos who will hear and rule on the appeal. Colonel Bananas pretends not to speak hippo. He turns off their universal translator, shrugs, and acts as though none of the team can understand the Hippoclops. For good measure, they start speaking exclusively in gibberish. Come on. Stop. The hippo in the middle buzzes for an interpreter. After a brief moment, the phone on his desk rings. The interpreter called out today, so the team gets stamped through on a technicality. Someone, however, is deathly allergic to the ink. The team won its customs appeal, but now must obtain a specific sticker to be affixed to the shuttle, allowing departure from Nerbus 4 space. Enough, cries the ambassador telepathically. I invoke trial by combat. Wait, what? Okay. So, equal opportunity here. Beam down high-tech gadgets, bluff and act all tough, or engage in the secret maneuver wedgie. As Bananas is a colonel, he does not know the dreaded Rear Admiral. Hua! Yells Colonel Bananas, assuming a stance that makes them look particularly intimidating. The rest of the team follows suit. No way we're getting this one. This is gonna be bad. The Hippoclops look at each other, nod, and assume an even more complicated stance. Who knew that big, clumsy creatures would be good at kung fu? It does not end well. We're down to 2 red shirts, and oh dear, Colonel Bananas is on their last hit point. Finally, you deliver the Jelliac ambassador to the space station, where the Admiral is there to greet you. He thanks you for your help and reminds you to be sure to fill out all your away mission reports. So do we cry and fill out more forms, or leave without doing paperwork? If I remember correctly, doing out the forms will get us an extra point in tactics. That's the spirit. Lost a bravado he didn't have, but gained a tactics. When the liquid Jelliac ambassador returns to his watery planet, he tells tales of your bravery that inspire young Jelliacs. Several of them telepathically apply to join the crew. Yeah, we'll approve the applications. Okay. So, no, Colonel Bananas did a better job than Dio, because he only took 1 hit to his hit points instead of 2, and is returning with 2 red shirts instead of 0. So, don't worry, Dio. Dio is much better at losing crew. He let none survive. And we get 12 crew. Thank goodness. But we still need that hull. Okay. Less risky. And perhaps it offers hull. We'll find out. Ooh. You spot unexpected passengers aboard, taking holographic pictures and asking impertinent questions of the crew. They claim to be fans from another dimension, where you, your ship, crew, and perils are viewed as popular entertainment. Well, tactics is good. These fans possess substantial insider knowledge concerning your ship. It's imperative that you understand how. You allow your crew to ingratiate themselves with the guests to pump them for how they came by this intelligence. The fans and crew bond over shared memories. They know all of your adventures, past and future, right up to the untimely end, which they refuse to spoil. The advance warning saves you wasted fuel, but several crew rethink their life choices. We're still ahead in crew. We don't really need all that fuel, though. Hey, come on. We need some hull. Also coming up, we have an anomaly and a planet. We can only go for one of them, or we could just skip past them. What do you think is best, First Officer Dio? Planet, anomaly, or neither?
Choose your destiny.
Go to the planet. Okay. So in order to go to the planet, we have to stay on the low road the entire way. We might pick up some extra crew, though, to bump off. Oh? While finishing a meal in the cafeteria, you spy a book underneath one of the tables. Upon closer inspection, it appears to be Tad's private journal. You should probably return it, but Tad is infamous for being kind of a jerk. Okay, so we're going to return it to Tad to goose her diplomacy. Despite the temptations of the juicy dirt contained therein, you take the high road and close the book. You can't find Tad anywhere nearby, so you just return it to his quarters. We'll let bravado stay at 0. Ensign Lemmy's eyes roll back and speaks with a stilted cadence, as though we weren't already. I am the master of minds. Best me in mental combat, or surrender your crew. The view screen flares to life, and a grinning lizard man awaits my next move. Well, we'll send the gunner. Your gunner is tough as nails and possibly even pointier. And physical toughness goes hand in hand with mental fortitude anyway. You wouldn't trust anyone else given the circumstances. That was an incredibly good decision. Your gunner launches a psychic rocket barrage. Apparently, Signocius knew so little about the technical aspects of intergalactic munitions-based warfare that several thralls fled to your ship during the lapse in their mind control. Alright, we have got plenty of red shirts for that planet mission. Oh no, Dio, I'm gonna have to make my own decisions. How dare you? Well, we got an extra stat point. Beauty. What's this? You're called down to the science lab at the request of your chief scientist. Apparently one of the scientists have been experimenting with corpses. The self-proclaimed genius claims she can revive the dead. Okay, let's double check that work. With the help of your chief scientist, you review the hypothesis, the scientist's procedure, as well as her findings. In the end, you prove that the experiment won't work. Unsurprising, but you're glad you did your due diligence. Alright. A version of myself in a fancy vest appears on the bridge. Future me claims to know where the hidden cache of fuel is on a nearby planet. Suddenly, a second version of yourself, covered in leeches, appears and begs you not to listen to the first you. Shooting them both sounds like a great idea. But, you know, the smart money is on the science option to capture and study both of my Miis. The security team escorts both alternate U's down to the science lab. I remember what happened last time. Phew. Recognizing the need to avoid a paradox, you salvage the leeches and the fancy vest. You go back in time twice and play out your part before the rift closes. As if by fate, you discover a hidden fuel cache on the planet after all. What's this? A heartfelt apology? I hear a knock on the door to your quarters, and one of your officers cracks the door open. Hey, I just wanted to apologize for earlier. It won't happen again. You're not entirely sure what this transgression was, but all is forgiven. Alright, some bonus diplomacy. What have we here? The Indestructible 2 is forced to pull over, and an opposing space cop appears on our view screen. Oh no, it's the Popo. Sergeant Desmond Popo, to be exact, he says, smiling politely and tipping his hat. Now, the reason I pulled you over. Alright. Well, we've got crew to spare, so let's just floor it. You hadn't done anything wrong, damn it. You're afraid for no rational reason and instruct your navigation officer to scream, "Maximum warp." See ya, Popo. This is not going to work at all. Stop. Woohoo! Now there's a thrill. When the space police finally catch up with you, they aren't angry. They're amazed at the speed and dexterity with which you escaped them. They request a consult about propulsion and thermodynamics. They pay well in fuel. Okay, well, I guess we don't have fuel problems anymore. And we've been very steadily raising our diplomacy. That's pretty solid. Alright, off we go to the planet. The planet of food. Oh, that's good. That's probably our next need after Hull. Ooh, the fantastic factory. There's a cluster of smokestacks up ahead. This is the famous Nutra-Nutrapaste factory planet. Anna Nutra ran it for aeons before shuttering it to outsiders, locking its workers and secrets away forever. This is going to be a Willy Wonka away team, isn't it? Oh, only the welcome sign is on? Okay, don't want to send down anybody with 1 hit point. So we've got, the Fixer's got 5 stat points, so he's a good candidate anyway. The Fixer and the away team suddenly beam to the factory planet's surface. This is definitely the legendary Nutra-Nutrapaste factory. The gate in the factory is so lavishly decorated. What should the away team do? Look around or ring the doorbell? Taking a deep breath, the Fixer reaches out and lightly taps the doorbell. A loud gong rings, followed by a minute of silence that seems to stretch on and on. A catchy jingle starts playing, and the gates swing open. A tall Fabulon woman steps through the gate. Dressed in a colorful top hat and tailored suit, she is fabulous even by Fabulon standards. This is Nana Nutra. A starstruck the Fixer nervously calls you, asking what to do. Oh no, we're just getting started. This is the actual first choice that could kill somebody. But he's got a high science score, so he's gonna geek out. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, it's actually Nana Nutra! She's so great. Does she know that she's great? I order the Fixer to tell her that she is great. Oh, she is not great. Nutra frowns. Everyone is a fan. It doesn't really mean anything anymore. If you're truly devoted, you'd prove it by killing 2 of your own crew. The Fixer does so without hesitation before realizing Nana Nutra was joking. Boy, Fixer's taking matters into his own hands here. With all that resolved, Nana Nutra bows. I was intending to have a galaxy-wide contest to find a worthy group, but whatever, you folks will do. Welcome to the grand reopening of Nana Nutra's Nutra Paste Factory. How about a tour? You can hardly believe this is happening. Your away team is going to be the first to explore Nana Nutra's factory in decades. You order the Fixer to follow Nana into the factory. Factory opens up to a Nutra Paste river with a waterfall. This Nutrafall churns the paste with perfect consistency, Nana says. Then she hesitates. Well, really, the Jorga Blorgas over there churn it better, but it still looks cool. Alright, Science Geek, inquire into the chemical process. Bah. Beautiful beigey sludge waterfalls? Who cares? What about the science of what's happening? Why doesn't anyone ever focus on the science? We're about to find out why. One more. Yay! As Nana Nutra describes her process, the Fixer begins to passionately point out ways she can make her product more chemically pure. Nutra is equally impressed and disturbed by the officer's intensity. Alright, focusing on the science made us more violent somehow. The away team makes it past the Nutra Paste River, following Nana down a spiral staircase into a squiggly door. This is the Invention Chamber, Nana Nutra says, where we test all of our cutting-edge Nutra Paste technology. Wanna see? This is so exciting. There had been rumblings that Nana Nutra might be working on something big, but they were based on literally nothing, as no one had been in the factory for ages. Time to compare wild, unfounded speculation with reality. The Invention Chamber is a whirling cacophony of unusual Nutri devices maintained by busy Jorga Blorgas. As Nana Nutra describes some of her favorite inventions to the team, you consider which deserves closer inspection. Wow. Nutrichips. That is, computer chips, not food. Nana Nutra swears in 5 years almost all shipboard computers will use this delicious technology. You tell Fixer to get an early peek at the future and test the hardware out. Stop! Okay, go, stop! This is a much better away team. A crew volunteers to have their electronic heart upgraded. The Jorga Blorgas pin them down, and the rest of the team braces themselves for the horror. But for once, horror doesn't happen. The crew's unscathed, though smelling of paste. Oh boy, the Fixer is really getting nice. Look at that, 2113. He's loaded. Nutra leads the team through twisty corridors and strange glass elevator before stepping at a large padlocked door. Behind here, she says, suddenly serious, is the secret of Nutri Paste. I let you in, and your lives change forever. This is it. You order the Fixer to follow Nana Nutra through the ominous door. You're going to see your childhood fantasy through to its completion, even if only vicariously. Nana pauses, nods, and then pushes the door open. Is it people? Tell me it's people. The away team is stunned. Suspended above the Nutra Paste is a tiny chocolate bar. Every hour or so, a piece of it falls into the vat below. This is the secret that makes the Nutra brand stand out. It's 0.0004% chocolate. That is scientifically insignificant. Science, don't fail us now. Come on. Anyone with a basic understanding of dilution would realize that a single drop of chocolate into a vat of Nutra paste isn't going to change the composition enough to matter. You order the fixer to call Nutra out. Oh yeah? Nana Nutra says, how many of you fools would I have had to mix in it for it to be significant? The fixer sizes up the vat and answers 3. When Nana Nutra starts throwing people in, it's clear she's really angry. Nana Nutra grabs the fixer by the scruff of the neck, lifting them up. This is why I closed up, she growls. No one is ever worthy. Shoving a gift basket that says, thank you for visiting, into their arms, she throws the away team out. As the fixer beams back to the ship, the factory planet's welcome sign turns off, perhaps for good this time. But hey, at least you got a sweet gift basket out of it. It has limited edition Nana Nutra action figures and Nutrabytes. I mean, we're good on fuel. We're okay on food, okay on crew. That hull, though. Woof. What? I've encountered a gravestone. Oh, we're totally checking that one out. Daryl Ogon. Thought inflammable was the opposite of flammable. More fuel. This is what I get for asking for fuel earlier. Couldn't have been... We need to, like, take the gravestone and slap it on the hull. Weirdly, this grave is surrounded by fuel cells. You hesitate trying to decide whether you should take any for yourself, but the hesitation ends when you notice your chief engineer carting over a wheelbarrow. Alright, well I guess we'll be selling fuel at the station. The Underbaker rises. No, hull's not the hardest to get, it's just not giving it to us. A criminal feared for his confectionery genius as much as his evil, the Underbaker plans to use his quantum oven to unbake all pies, making them the galaxy's sole supplier. Oh no. He demands your fuel for his plan. If you refuse, he threatens to bake you. Oh, well. I'm glad we've got science on our side. Ooh, achievement unlocked. Scientific madness. Okay. This unbaking thing sounds pretty serious, but there has to be a way to counter its effect. You set your science team on researching if there's any way to unbake that which has been unbaked. Science has sculled me twice in a row. Oh, we're not gonna make it. Oh, game over. It turns out that if you string that many uns together, you could destabilize the pastry, creating a highly destructive singularity. Unfortunately, your science team discovers this by creating one such highly destructive singularity. We lost 60 food, we lost 4 crew, but we lost 2 hull. The indestructible to 2, not that indestructible. So, Dio, you gonna skip the space station on the next attempt? Are ya? Alas, the Drew, your journey has come to an end. The Gates of Mcfadden is a dangerous place, so do not be discouraged. You have been posthumously awarded the title Incredibly Dead. Okay, once more into the hull breach, guys. 2-2. Alright, so all of these are 2-2-1s. So do we want Van Braun, El Cheapo, or Mark Kettleton? Oh, I was thinking we had a low bravado run last time. Maybe we'll do bravado this time. Oh no, you want El Cheapo. Proudly serving as Galaxy Force's only Penguini captain, El Cheapo is stout of heart, sound of mind, and an incredible diplomat. His affable nature has comforted countless cadets during dark times. Alright, Dio. It's time to pick the first officer. Let's see here. Alright, so David will boost both our tactics and our science, so that's what we're going for. No, no, no. It's not a choice every time. We've got to crank up our stats. Next, the chief engineer. More diplomacy and science, that'll work. Ooh, more tactics and more diplomacy. Okay, so this one is a choice. Jack and Carmina, because both of them will goose our existing stats. Though Carmina gives us the best boost, so maybe I should take that choice away and crank those tactics up. As a cadet, Lieutenant Martin graduated at the top of her class with advanced training in engagement tactics. Some say she can even beat the Admiral himself at holochess. Okay, and ooh. Yep, we'll go with Cheryl. Crank those tactics up all the way. Lieutenant Platts is a brilliant tactician who knows when to pull the trigger and when to just put down the electro-eradication cannon. She poised to one day serve as captain. So there's our goal. And there's us. So, let's get an extra hull this time. Let's get 2 extra hull this time. Oh no, I already spent it all. Okay. So let's see, going forward. Alright, so is our first goal to hit the anomaly or to hit the signal? Both of them apparently will give us screw if we succeed. Alright, after the signal, so we need to take a more or less upward trajectory. Yeah, let's make an early investment in hull. A lavish lookover. Drat. You've entered fancy space. Hopefully we can pass through without anyone... Ha ha ha, and what do we have here? A Galaxy Force cruiser? How droll. Prepare to be boarded by the great Rudderclot for your extravagance evaluation. Okay, well we better make that ship seem truly fancy. What with our 8 tactics and all. Of course, months ago you installed a prototype holographic sprinkler system to project image of calm, fire-free hallways during fires. You changed the Mirage setting to Deluxe and cross your fingers. Radiclot stays for hours, forcing you to run the holograms on backup power reserves. The good news is, it worked. He never realized your facade, blah blah blah, and awards you safe passage through fancy space and a commemorative ship cozy. Well, if we actually stop at a station, we can deal with having too much hull by trading it for other things. Alrighty. So we got, though, unlike everything else, we can lose all our crew and not immediately game over. We can lose all our food and our fuel in the same manner. But losing hull, you don't get to come back from that. Alright, so Class P star with a question mark or Class P star with the food? Bearing in mind that question marks can also be stat increases. What? 2 crew I sent out on a scouting mission a few days ago have just reported back that they've been stranded on a nearby moon without any food. They fixed their shuttle, but if you don't send them something to eat, they'll starve to death. Ooh. So do I lose the food or do I lose the crew? You load a torpedo with Nutripace and send your crew the planned trajectory. The crew manages to retrieve the tasty torpedo and a day later returns to your ship. Strange things are suddenly happening aboard the ship. Objects are moving by themselves. I hear knocking, church bells, screaming, and laughter that doesn't appear to be coming from anywhere. You might be infested with a space ghost. Coast to coast. Alrighty, so our best option is diplomacy by holding a seance. If only this Nutripaste were Scooby snacks. You attempt to communicate with the ghost by holding a seance in your ready room. The crew gathers around a crystal ball, holding hands, and you murmur incantations. A freakish creature in a pinstripe suit pops into view, dancing on the table. He gets rid of the other ghosts, but makes himself at home, eating a lot. At least he's entertaining. Hey, we got some bravado out of that. And a crew member. Lost even more food, so this is going to be the no food run, I think. We'll see how it shapes out. Yep, so we got space Beetlejuice out of that, apparently. Ooh. HR reports that all your unpaid internships have expired. Interns made up most of the crew, and without them the ship will go dark. Worse. No one will bring you my morning coffee. They're about to leave by shuttle. How do you respond? Let's see. Best option is to throw a fake career fair. Okay. You announce over the comms that the Indestructible 2 will be hosting a job fair to help the departing interns know their future opportunities. Little do they know the only career showcased will be the very low-paying one right here. Ho ho! That's nice. The job fair gives you the chance to actually get to know some of the interns. You get to know their hopes, their dreams, their talents. Which allows you to assign them more finely tuned busy work than ever before. Hooray for talking! Alright, so 10 extra crew and another point in diplomacy. Okay, and this is where we veer off to go to the signal. Oh, science time. You begin to find multicolored jelly beans all over the ship. It's as though they appear magically, and they appear all over the place. Hundreds of them. And they're delicious, in all different flavors. Alright, well. Both options are science, so we can collect and eat them, or we can involve the team in some capacity. To be determined. We're going to get the food, of course. Well, this is unusual. You're not sure it's a problem. Who doesn't love jelly beans? They keep showing up? We'll just keep eating them. Okay, good. Two lost children cry in the hall. They left a trail of jelly beans to help them find home, and you've been eating them. The grateful parents give you all the jelly beans. Several crew go into a diabetic coma, but at least the kids are safe. Well, that helps with the food, and we did have crew to burn, but we're gonna burn a lot of them right here. Ooh. Achievement unlocked. Boldly went. The Admiral. Oh, we're doing the Jelliac Ambassador again. Come on. There are perhaps not enough away missions here. Or I'm just unlucky. Alright, Dio. You're going in. Try not to get everybody killed this time. The team is herded into a long customs line. You know the drill. We just did this tonight. So, Dio, you are going to lie about having nothing to declare in customs. Well, this is good. At least it takes us down a different path than before, right? So why cause extra fuss? It's not like the team knows what's on the no-no list for this planet anyway. Nope, says Dio, adopting a hopefully convincing grin. We got nothing. A second hippoclop with a scanner steps forwards and scans the team. All good here, Malagnus, he tells the customs agent, letting your team through with a wink. Huh. Dio stops by the vending machine before continuing. Why not? Dio, you got some bravado and some food. This is already turning into a lucrative away team. Well, I'm sure that I'm sure that can't last. After custom, the team meets the Jelliac Ambassador. Alright, so you tried to verify him last time, and that didn't work out so well for you. Perhaps you should offer to escort him instead this time. Dio clears their throat and greets the Jelliac Ambassador, offering assistance. The Ambassador's voice echoes in the minds of the away team, thanking them and suggesting they be off together. The team and the Ambassador are ready to go. But of course, that 100 milliliter of liquid issue. So, now sneaking the Jelliac through is still our best option, so maybe it will work out this time. You still have all your red shirts after all. Who are you and what have you done with Orion Trail? The Hippoclop looks the would-be smuggler up and down, eyes settling on the unusual shape in their pants. The Hippoclop lets everyone through and passes the crew member her phone number with a sly wink, or blink. Same difference, really. Alright, Dio, you're up 3 attribute points. Look at that. Alright, back to demanding an appeal. Ooh. So we actually have a choice now, because both of our tactics and bravado are at 2. You can invent a delay and escape. Well, we pretended we didn't speak Hippo last time, so let's invent a delay. Dio cites a fake article in subsection number, declaring that according to customs laws, they request a continuance. As the committee pores over the books to find this legislation, the away team sneaks out. So Dio, you gonna do it 3 times in a row? Evidently not. Thanks. In retrospect, it's obvious that there would be unarmed hippoclop bailiffs posted outside the door. Oh well, you know what they say about hindsight. Took you this long to get somebody killed, though. That's impressive. The team won its customs appeal, but now must obtain a specific sticker, and of course, trial by combat. Let's see, with these attributes, our best option is to go for the wedgie this time. Showing real and substantial maturity, Dio whispers to the team that their strategy is to give wedgies to the hippoclops. Oh, the bigger boat yanks a hippoclop underwear up hard. Schwip! The underwear rips and the hippoclops falls backwards, crushing the would-be prankster. The hippoclop forfeits from sheer embarrassment. The team can leave now. Okay. So, do you want to... You actually can lose bravado here. So I'm assuming that the opposite effect is the other choice. So do you want to... So how do you want to come out of this, Dio? 3 tactics and 1 bravado, or 3 bravado and 1 tactics? Dio thanks the Admiral for the reminder and promptly takes a nap. Okay. And of course, let's get some extra crew. And Dio gains a science. You are very well equipped now, Dio. And we're moving on to the Orange Nebula. We're almost maxed out on crew. That's crazy. Ooh, a gravestone. Maybe it's ours. Nope. Lamont Funkmeister. Here I lie in this cold place, but my funk lives on throughout all space. And fuel cells. Alien science vessel. The sensors detect a highly advanced alien science vessel ahead. It seems to be conducting invasive and elaborate scans on your ship. Make note to change the password and prepare to take action. Well, tactics is still our best bet. You activate the anti-targeting computer to put a stop to the scans before they learn too much. They might devise a defense to our wedgie maneuver after all if they are allowed to scan us willy-nilly. It works perfectly. Amazed, the aliens propose a trade. Our firewall for a prototype organism cloner. Deal! While cloning your crew in order of attractiveness, you get distracted and try to clone your dinner. It worked, but the device broke. Alright, Dio, plenty of red shirts now. Hey, look! It's a space station. We are making the executive decision to go to the space station. Okay, so explore. Go to the bar. We can get... Okay, so it looks like we can gain... Oh, I forget what I believe the table full of gadgets will get us science. Lady with the power armor might get us attack, might get us tactics. I don't quite remember. So what do you think, Dio? Power armor or gadgets? Ooh, Dio's after the gadgets. Scraggly bearded man introduces himself as Elern, a self-titled grand inventor. He has 2 devices, a quantum converter for the ship's computer, and a device he swears will make you luckier. Ooh. Well, bravado's the highest of the 2, so let's goose it. The inventor laughs. I made it myself. Wear this around your neck and I promise you personal probability matrix will improve. All I'm looking for are a few assistants. And maybe food. Possibly both. Well, we got plenty of crew, so... Take that, interns. After finalizing the details of the trade, you 2 shake hands and the inventor hands you his supposedly functional piece of tech. Trade for resources. Okay. So, crew is excessively valuable here. So that's just great. Let's see here. All the food and fuel and hull we could possibly need. That worked out beautifully. And since Dio, you're down a hit point, I'll spend the food to rest.
Yeah.
By the time your crew is finished, you've blown through at least a month's worth of rations. I mean, you all feel awesome now, but you're a little astonished at how much you ate. Okay. Yeah, I think we're good. Food should be 30% of fuel, and it's in the ballpark. Alright, well, we can go after fuel, or we can go after fuel. Oh, that can get us to food. Oh, there is a planet detected in the distance. We're going to want to go after that planet, of course, but it looks like so far all of our options will take us there. So, it doesn't really matter. Do you want the P star or the V star? Up top, he says. Off we go. Ooh, a doomsday ship. That sounds just fine. An ancient planet-eating doomsday robo-destroyer has suddenly come to life nearby. According to legend, it's nigh unstoppable. So I would say that discretion is the better part of valor. So I give the command to reinforce the hull and chart a course for somewhere safe at maximum speed. Ugh. That's a murger if I ever heard one.
Murger.
Oh, there goes the fuel. The robo-destroyer's sensors register our increased power output and it gives chase. In order to escape, you reduce mass by jettisoning your heavier scientific equipment and hit the afterburners. Alrighty. Sticking to the top till we get to the planet, Dio? Easy come, easy go on that fuel. Warning, incoming transmission from Admiral Armstrong. You rush to your quarters to answer the Admiral's hail and his face appears on screen. I can't find my centuries-old rare first edition of Moby Dick. Can you look into this for me? Alrighty. Well, let's get some of that fuel back, or... Oh. He noticed it's gone. Well, what do you think, Dio? We've got bravado and bravado. Should we go with bravado? With mounting debts in space poker, you borrowed the book some time ago, thinking the Admiral would never notice. It's time to talk your way out of this. Fast. Here's the coin flip, and it's not coming down on our side, Dio. You blame your most incompetent officer, because that would solve two problems. They're carted off to the brig. Unfortunately, the shyster you lost the book to in Space Poker shows up to testify on the officer's behalf. Well, alright, so the question is, did he in particular have diplomacy and bravado? He did have bravado, and he did have diplomacy. Ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Yeah, I know it had to run out. Boo. Well, another fine day aboard the Indestructible 2. You nod to your passing crew, recognizing each of them. Except one. You can't seem to recall his name. In fact, you're sure you've never seen him before. You've picked up a stowaway. So we're gonna detain that stowaway. And maintain your distance and immediately contact security. There's no telling what kind of danger this situation poses. Moments later, the security team rushes in and tackles him. Alright, Mr. Incognito, let's see what you got here. They tackle him through a wall. You step up to assess the damage. The stowaway was just a holographically projected decoy your science team had been working on. Even better, you find a hidden cache of fuel. How did we have a hidden cache of fuel on the ship? Behind a wall. Moving on. Now that takes care of the fuel we lost. Relaxation time. Ah. As you approach this baby blue planet, you are overwhelmed by its aura of tranquility, beauty, and overpriced luxury. There can be no doubt. This is the legendary resort planet, Bahama Micah 7. Your officers make their best puppy dog eyes. Okay, Dio, you're in the best position to take this away team still. The away team beams into Bahama Micah's lobby, and it is packed. This space is even more popular than they imagined. Other than someone crying by the concierge, everyone here seems super relaxed. Do you want to check in and head to your rooms, or do you want to figure out what that crying's going on about there? Are you on duty, or are you on vacation, Dio? On duty it is. Don't worry, Chief, I'm always on duty. Dio sighs as you tell him to investigate the commotion. This is great, I'm on the ship instructing your shore leave. Oh, what a micromanager I am. Maybe the team can help. It appears someone is having trouble checking in. Well, everyone deserves to have a nice vacation. Oh no, it's the Caplica. The Caplica, the slug-like, constantly inebriated intergalactic mooch, is slumped against the concierge desk. The resort staff watch in horror. You have to let me in, he sobs. I've been looking forward to it all year. Oh dear. So your options, Dio, are to help him out, or to lure him away. Hey, best defense is a good defense, say. We're unlocking all the achievements today, apparently. The Caplica is making a fuss because he believes this vacation is the best place he could be right now. But Dio could probably invent a more exciting place for our slimy not friend. Or not. Oh, man. Dio produces their season ticket to the space opera and invites the Caplica to tonight's show. Several crew resign instead of sitting on either side of the Caplica for the rest of the space opera season. Okay, this room is the epitome of luxury. The epitome of hyperbole. It opens to a view of the ocean, and the bed is made out of warp weasel fur. The room even pulses in a hypnotic rhythm. No, wait, that's the neighboring room playing music very, very loudly. Alright, so do you speak to the manager, or do you directly confront the neighbor? Dio's on vacation. They shouldn't have to deal with stuff like this. They march off to the staff quarters. With a big enough fuss, surely they can find someone else to deal with this problem. After the team explains the situation, management informs the team that the offending neighbor is none other than evil space DJ Eldred, making this a precarious situation. Oh dear. Alright, Dio, you are throwing a tantrum. Let's see who catches it. You've had enough of this crap. You tell Dio to march right down to the front desk and yell at the manager until this problem is dealt with. After all, it's the squeaky wheel that gets the grease. Apparently, one of our away team members got the grease that time. The manager apologizes immediately, offering to change your room to another part of the resort. One person simply needs to go to the back and fill out some paperwork so that everything is in order. Sorry, Robin DH. In the morning, everything becomes clear. The team arrived in Bahama Mecca 7 at the same time as the annual Evil Con, a gathering of the galaxy's villains, from the dangerous and cunning to the downright incompetent. This could complicate things. So, do you want to check out the Evil Expo or play some volleyball? Alright, Orion Trail Extreme Beach Volleyball it is. Complication schmomplication. You sent Dio here to vacation, so Dio better vacation. Go out to the beach or something. Get some sun. Play some volleyball. At the beachside volleyball court, Planetary, the space pirate, leads one team while the Guru of Goodwill, the subversive space hippie, leads the other. There are lots of open spots for anyone who wants to participate. What will the away team do? Let's see, you're going to join the Happy Hippies. You order your away team to spread some love, playing for the Guru's team, the Happy Hippies. After all, they will need your team's extra aggression to take on the space pirates. The Happy Hippies aren't actually there to play volleyball at all. They're staging a sit-in to protest the violent space pirates. Soon the space police are called, and the hippies and some of your crew are hauled off in a paddy wagon. And Dio, they haul off one of Dio's hit points too, for some reason. Okay. At a lunch buffet catered by the underbaker, a tall black man in a makeshift villain costume piles crumpets on a plate. Okay. It's your friend, Sergeant Desmond Popo of the Space Police, undercover at EvilCon. The outfit is so bad. He needs help. Oh, what's our help? Well, we'll cause a distraction. You order Dio to cause a distraction to allow the team to get Sergeant Popo safely out of there. A crew member pretends to choke on a crumpet as the team rushes Popo out the door. No. Oh, good. This is not an easy game on a person's heart, I tell ya. The Underbaker. is going to take full responsibility for the bad crumpet. To apologize is he personally prepares all the food for your team to the rest of their stay and arranges in-suite delivery. That Underbaker is the most professional villain ever. Well, the away team survived by some measure, morning shenanigans, and an eventual lunch. And according to the pamphlet Dio picked up, the resort has organized several activities for the evening. You want to go to the Space Luau? Or Dungeons and Dragons? Ooh. So in Varial, the Astromancer is hosting a tabletop role-playing game? You can't think of anything more excited than having an actual space wizard as a game master. You order Dio to get their roleplay on. It's not going to be roleplay, is it? And Varial makes room for Dio to join the game, sitting between Evelyn Kang and Ark the Unfashionable. Well then, the Astromancer bellows, we are beginning the campaign. Which character class will you play? Let's see, wizard, because we've got the 2 science. Magic is kind of like the science of fantasy worlds, right? Well, however flimsy the connection, Invarial is pleased. The only real choice, he says, as Evelyn rolls her eyes. Let's see how you measure up. Oh, thank you. That was very nice of you, RNG. Dio is an effective fictional wizard, managing to save several desperate scenarios with a well-chosen spell and a lucky roll. Speaking of, Invarial strokes his beard and offers to give the officers some real magic lessons. Oh, look at all that bravado, Dio. Oh, hey, and we got a bravado option. Beauty! Apparently, it's a tradition for all the villains to try to destroy each other. None of them ever die, of course, though bystanders do. The away team needs to side with one of them in order to avoid being those bystanders, but who? Well, let's go with the Grug. Siding along with any of these villains is a gamble, so why not just go with the godlike embodiment of the gamble itself? Dio dives for the enormous living die that is the Grog, spinning as hard as they can. Keep going. Keep going. One more. Good. Better than the yellow X. The Grug grins widely. Very well, let us even the odds. In a flash of light, everyone brawling turns into Warpy Garblebuck. Much easier to take on the bunch of brilliant villains. The team beats them all up, even the original. With the fighting done, all that remains is the highlight of EvilCon, the Villain's Choice Rewards. As Eldred pumps the bass, villains get up on stage to receive various honors. Surprisingly, Dio is called up. Okay, so we can get food, crew, or a mystery. Let's go with a mystery, because we don't really need a lot of food or crew right now, right? Best debut goes to Dio. We had no idea Dio aspired to be evil, Daserbeam says, tearing up. And today, they prove they can stand with the worst of us. Unsure of how to feel, the officer accepts the reward. That was the right choice, all right. Look at that, Dio. 1, 2, 2, 6. You're the entire bravado, and it's a lot. Suddenly, Sergeant Desmond Popo crashes through a ceiling vent, accompanied by a platoon of space police. As the cop chase the fleeing villains down, Dio realizes they have had just about enough of Bahama Mega 6. Clutching their reward in hand, Dio and the surviving away team head back up to the Indestructible 2. When the other officers ask how their vacation was, they just shrug and note they've had better. Whew. Alright, let's see what fate has in store for us. We've got 2 planets detected at long range. We have a Class M planet with food. And we also have a Class M planet with food, so I guess the question's going to be top or bottom again. Alright, the high road, like a Sonic game, is proving to be pretty advantageous for us. Okay, we got a shady dealer. Chance of shadiness, 82.7%. Computer wouldn't get that wrong, right? Communications officer says that we are being hailed by an unknown vessel. A shady figure appears on the holo screen, offering repairs in exchange for some fuel. Okay. Well, science and attack don't look like great options right now, so we're going to offer fuel in exchange for repairs. You haggle with the hooded figure for a time. Oh, I don't dare click. You volunteer a hefty sum of fuel without complaint. The shady figure is overwhelmingly grateful. He thanks you profusely as he engages his warp drive and speeds away. Wait, wasn't this a trade? Oh, we need fuel again, guys. Now let's see nope, if I go there I can't get back up to the top path, can I? Yep, we do have to take the top option every time to get to the top planet. Okay, let's see what we got here. Your technobabble whirls to life, alerting you to developing international, well, possibly, interdimensional rift ahead. This is your chance. Rifts like this one are the pinatas of deep space. Be ready for anything. Ooh. So we can contain the rift with laser fencing. It has the best chance of success, but if we blow it again, we're going to lose more fuel. Oh dear. You tell your engineers to construct a safe and secure laser fence around the potential hazard. I mean, it shouldn't be that risky, but it's Orion Trail. You're admiring your work when suddenly a Krakthorian Leviathan approaches the ship. You brace for impact, but are surprised when it simply wants to thank you for making the galaxy safer. It gives you a comically large gift basket of food. What? No! Why did you do this to me? Rumors spread that the terrible space vampire Galactica could be on board the ship. It is said that a vial of ship fuel worn around one's neck can ward him off. Great. Ooh, a stray torpedo. Warning, you're being targeted by a slow-moving torpedo belonging to Galaxy Force? Upon closer study, it turns out that it's one of your torpedoes. One of the previously fired volleys must have missed and got its targeting scrambled. We can recover it, or we can destroy it. Oh yeah, kicking me while I'm down in the fuel tank. Goodness. Well, one of these might allow us to get fuel. Maybe. I think it's more likely it'll be a stat boost to attack. But, I mean, we got plenty of crew in hull. What's your pleasure, Dio? Alright, we're going to try to recover it. It's really unusual that one of your torpedoes has managed to reacquire the Indestructible 2 as a target. It might be worth recovering it for study. You assemble a team and send them out on a shuttle. Alright, stop. No whammies. With sweat-covered brows, the defusal team delicately snips the red wire and disarms the bomb. Whew. When hauled back for study, it turns out the torpedo sensors were operating during its journey, and you learn a lot about this sector. Well, we're not actually going to make it to the next star system. What? Robotic Hall Minotaur? Monitor, you clearly asked for the text to build you a robotic hall monitor. Run for your lives. Out of fuel. Scrap enthusiast. You are hailed by a crazed-looking man with a thick white beard. He heard your distress call and is willing to give you fuel for some of your ship's outer plating. Judging by the hodgepodge vessel this guy is flying, he's a collector. After an agonizing hour welding and stripping, the metal fan is satisfied with his haul and gives you the fuel. Unfortunately, with the removed panels, your vessel is now labeled the Inescapable 2. Ooh, Synapsian Brain Beast. You come along a space colony that a titanic Suspician brain beast has made into its nest. The colonists within are mind slaves under the beast's complete control. Besides that, the colony appears bustling and bountiful. Okay, so we're going to board the colony alone. You smile warmly at the tearful faces of your officers as your personal shuttle leaves the ship. Oh no, stop, stop, stop! More hull, why not? You land in the colony's shuttle bay, noticing a group of shuffling colonists. You corral them into your shuttle and leave quickly. In the excitement, you accidentally slam into your ship's shuttle bay doors. Everyone's okay, though. It's a lot of extra crew. Hopefully we can pick up some fuel on the Class M planet just ahead. Ooh, the feats of strength. You pick up a broadcast as you pass a nearby warrior world. All are invited to prove their worth in the fields of glory and win fabulous prizes. Food, fame, lifelong friendships, death. You stroke your chin and consider the proposition. You ready to go in there, Dio? The away team arrives in front of the Coliseum, banners proudly displaying various home planets wave in the breeze. There's a buzz of excitement in the air. Your team of champions await your orders. Do you want to begin the games or find some food first? The team proudly marches into the arena, ready to prove the awesomeness of Galaxy Force. The team enters a large open arena. Some kind of large elephant centaur towers above them menacingly, wielding a tree trunk in its trunk. Anyway, it's really big and scary. Dio looks to me for guidance, and I say, try to ride it. Dio spits into their hands and rubs them together, still deciding if this is actually a good idea. Okay, what do you think? We're gonna hit that skull? Close! Dio manages to climb on the creature's back but can't control it. Alcamalatus heroically throws the officer some leather reins and is gored in the process. Eventually, the creature is subdued. Your team returns to the front of the Colosseum and recuperate, readying themselves for the next challenge. Curious to see what's next, your away team re-enters the arena. The team enters a gigantic labyrinth, filled with what you can safely assume are dastardly traps and monsters. With no clear path forward, Dio requests some orders. And we're going to use X-ray vision. How do you like that, Dio? The away team dons their super neat high-resolution X-ray goggles, and Dio gives the order to turn them on. Can't miss what, Dio? Be specific. Yes, we saw the X with the X-ray goggles, of course. The walls seem to be made of some kind of lead. Robert Dedford bumbles around looking for any wall not made of lead and is crushed by a falling rock trap. The team uses the rocks to climb up out of the maze. So, who's the other person who got killed, huh? Expendable Alex. Your team returns to the front of the Colosseum, readying themselves for the third and final challenge. The away team marches into the Colosseum for one last time. What could that final challenge be? Mountains of what appear to be ice cream line the arena. Weirder still, it doesn't seem to be an obvious opponent. The aliens on the stands watch breathlessly. What are your orders? Eat! It isn't going to eat itself. Don't think. Just eat it. How come you're always such a fussy young man? Don't want no Captain Crunch, don't want no Raisin Bran? Well, don't you know that other kids are getting a critical failure, so eat it. Dio screams for ice cream and begins eating. Time begins to blur. When the officer comes to, the ice cream is mostly gone, but Dio feels terrible. Your team faced the challenges of the arena and prevailed. The master of the arena calls Dio forward and demands to know what they seek as a reward. Food, glory, or death? Are you sure you don't want death? The arena master claps his hands once. So be it. Our finest engineers will make you the envy of all gladiators to ever live. Alright, well, hey, you got some attack points, and we got food anyway. We're still hurting for fuel. And if we don't get more, we're not going to make it to the space station. A lonely asteroid tumbles idly through space. Its barren exterior has no distinguishing marks except for a series of short, regular trenches carved across its surface. Our best option is to check the asteroid for hostile craft. You order your navigator to circle around the asteroid to check it for hostile entities. I don't think we're getting this. I mean, it's generally safe to say every time, so. Your instincts prove correct. Space pirates are using it as cover, but your tactics allow you to get the drop on them. In an ironic twist, you pillage their ship for their paltry supplies and armor plating. Alright, I'm feeling good about our hull again. But we're gonna have to wait for somebody to rescue us. And wouldn't you know it, fuel is the expensive commodity at the trading post. Isn't that great? Ah, an Urzin hails you and explains that she'll trade you 100 fuel for some of your Nutripaste. She claims to have miscalculated how much she needed for the cryo-hibernation leg of her long journey. Oh, it's going to cost us to refuel here. Receive a message from the nearby mining colony inviting you to stop by and trade for resources. They seem friendly enough. Okay, so let's go to the bar first. We've got a miner and a bartender who we can talk to. What is your pleasure, Dio? The miners are sitting around enjoying their time off. After introducing yourself and chatting for a while, it's clear that these guys are pretty short-staffed and undersupplied. Alright. Well, diplomacy is our higher stats, so let's get them some supplies. The miners look relieved that you're... Oh no, we're not giving you fuel. We're giving you crew. The miners thank you profusely for your generosity. They promise to put that extra help to good use. Wait, that's not what I clicked. I sent them the crew. I mean, a lot more than 100. Okay. Don't want to send Dio is still far and away the best candidate for an away mission. But you have 1 hit point and will die immediately if we send you. We can rest. That's going to cost us some food, though. I could rest twice, but I really don't want to. Alright, so now... I'm going to swap out... We're gonna do that. Okay, we're looking for food and crew. Okay, that's some food. Oh, apparently we had our choice of space stations and I just didn't look far ahead enough. The fuel might have been cheaper there. Okay, ooh. The mischievous moonsquitoes. You're sitting on the bridge when suddenly you hear a high-pitched buzzing in your ear. It passes and then returns. This goes on for like 5 minutes before you realize the entire ship is infested with moonsquitoes. Great! So we can capture the bugs for study, or we can fumigate the ship. If we succeed on fumigating the ship, we can boost our fuel supply, but we risk losing crew and we don't have that many left. We could also try to capture the bugs for study. And we gain a mysterious resource if we do. You don't know where these bugs came from, but careful study might be able to identify the source. We're not getting this. Okay, that's fine. We just got a stat boost. After capturing several hundred, your science team gets to work. Apparently these space bugs use the oxygen on the blood of their victims to survive in the vacuum of space. That's probably some benefit in there somewhere. Alright, let's get some... Oh boy. That's a lot of threat. But we can get food, and we are very close to the goal. Come on, give me a good stat. Yes! A group of adorable... Oh yeah, it's the alien allergens. So we're going to expose them to Fabulin hair products this time. It's still a coin flip, though. Stop, stop, stop! It works! The aliens respect you for having seen through their plan to cripple your ship with allergens and giving as good as you got. You all have a good laugh about it, and in the end they give you some regular allergen-free food. Okay, now we just...
Friendship.
Now we just need to get there. Let's see. Oof. Yeah, all of these are maximum threat. Alright, well. I think that the best course of action is to take the low road, because if something comes up and kills all our fuel again, we get a refill. Or the chance at a refill. What? You discover that your navigator, Chase Manners, has a habit of using the ship's turn signals even when trying to flee from an enemy. Yeah-oh. High Command notifies you that you're going to be court-martialed by holocall right now. An image of the Admiral's stern face reads the crimes listed against you, which involve mostly property damage and negligence. How do you plead? We're gonna feign a rare illness. You cross your eyes and splash your dish of NutriPaste across your chest. You recite the Galaxy Force Captain's Oath backwards and begin to convulse. Your medical officer catches on and rushes to your side, crying out, "Take me instead!" Go, go, go. The Admiral watches breathlessly. The medical officer reports that you have severe oblongata dysplasia and requests additional medical personnel to treat it. The captivated commanders comply, and the doctors are beamed aboard. Barring any random encounters, this is the last roll of the dice here. Ooh, tactics are tactics. Yes, thank you. There's a new game fad involving a visor everybody seems to be playing and inviting others to play. You could swear you saw something similar on a TV show once. You can't put your finger on it, but something seems off about this situation. Okay, we're going to ban the game, or are we going to read the reviews? We at Damage Control strongly encourage reading reviews. You decide to learn more about this fad that's been sweeping your ship. You and two of your bridge officers sequester themselves in your ready room, scanning GalaxyNet for answers. Slightly better than half here. Oh, you jerk. There goes all the fuel. Soon your officers burst into tears, start shaking, and become comatose. Oh no, they've read the comments. Never read the comments. You fly many light years to get them the help they need. Fuel is expensive, but you take care of your people. After some time waiting, a Grobulan science vessel approaches you. She's willing to give you fuel in exchange for conducting a few scientific experiments on you and your crew. She promises that your crew will mostly be okay. It was horrible. Everyone who volunteered for the experiments eventually returns to the ship feeling different, like pieces are missing. At least you can keep moving now. Glad I had hit points to spare. Ugh. Congratulations, you have successfully traversed the Gates of Mcfadden in a most daring expedition. Galaxy Force honors you with the title Admirable Rogue. Yeah, that was rough. The critical failures were indeed quite costly. Alright. The final mission awaits, the long haul. But not tonight. Because it might take more than one go anyway, but we'll get to the end of this game eventually. So, once again, sorry about the sudden change of plans, but we will get things back on track for next week. So, if you are new around here, my name is Drew, and I stream for Damage Control. Damage Control is primarily a blog, but on the weekends when we're available, we do some streaming. Now, if you want to check out that blog, you can see new content a minimum of 5 days a week. We cover all sorts of things, from video games to anime to TV and movies to random tech and so on. Like one of the running gags we have is Kit Kat reviews, so we'll get some of that in a bit later. Now, if you want to follow us, there are tons of ways you can do that. We have social media profiles with Facebook, Mastodon, and Twitter, though not necessarily in that order. And whenever we post a new blog or a stream announcement, you'll be able to see it there. If you want a little more direct interaction, we also run a Discord server. Now, we have a YouTube channel that has some original content, but by and large is where we post the VODs from here. So we've got someplace other than Twitch to back them up in case they get DMCA'd. And apart from that, I think that covers the whole kit and caboodle. So thank you all for coming by. It was great to have a little disaster-prone fun, I guess is the word, maybe? Fun? But we will see you all later. I do not know if Silver will be streaming tomorrow or not. Haven't heard a definitive plan. But we'll find out. If Silver is on, she is closing in on the finale of Final Fantasy VI. So, look forward to that. And next Saturday, unless something comes up, I'll be picking up more or less, perhaps not exactly, where last week's Zelda 2 stream left off after starting a new game offline to get us to where we need to be. So until then, thank you for coming out, and let's go raid somebody. Who is even on? Oh, Floppy Bacon's doing some Jackbox partying. That sounds exciting. I can get behind that. Alrighty. Stand by, everybody. We will be heading on over in 3, 2, 1.